This is 15-Minute Fundamentals, where we interview core contributors within crypto and together walk through the charts available on Token Terminal. In this episode, we discuss the basics of PancakeSwap, a multi-chain, all-in-one DeFi protocol best known for their market-leading decentralized exchange on the BNB Chain. In this episode with Chef Mochi from PancakeSwap, we discuss what the protocol is, how it works, its position within the market, expanding to new chains, economic and business models, core contributors, and more. Chef Mochi, welcome to 15-Minute Fundamentals. It is great to have you on.
It is a pleasure to be on here as well. Thank you for having me.
Now, before we dive into the details on PancakeSwap, could you just give us a quick introduction for anyone not yet familiar?
Definitely. So PancakeSwap is a multi-chain, all-in-one DeFi protocol, which aspires to make it simple for all users to use. So PancakeSwap started out on BNB Chain, but we've recently become multi-chain, going on Ethereum and Aptos as well. And we have plans to go onto more chains this year. So PancakeSwap was created to provide a decentralized trading platform that gives users more control over their funds and eliminates the need for intermediaries such as centralized exchanges. So users have 100% ownership over their crypto, and hence it minimizes the user's risk of losing their funds from central storage. PancakeSwap is also known for our ease of use. We make it easy for beginners to start trading cryptocurrencies. The platform is designed to be accessible to everyone regardless of their current level of technical knowledge. And this therefore means that even if you're new to crypto trading, you can quickly learn to pick up PancakeSwap and start trading on our platform.
Yes, I want to kind of dig into that purpose of PancakeSwap even more. So if you could break down the problem and the why of what you set out to solve.
Sure. So the thing is that DeFi has potential to revolutionize the traditional financial system. But as of right now, it can be quite complex and intimidating for new users. So PancakeSwap's primary aim is to simplify the process of participating in DeFi by providing a comprehensive and user-friendly DeFi experience to all crypto users. And that's our primary purpose. So one of the problems that we address is the issue of liquidity in the DeFi space. So by creating liquidity pools that are accessible to anyone, PancakeSwap helps to increase the overall liquidity within the market, which benefits all users. So we do so not just with liquidity pools, we also do this through working with quality projects and pairing them up on our pools, farms, and IFO products so that they can be introduced to a community of crypto enthusiasts. In addition, PancakeSwap provides opportunities for users to earn passive income through yield farming and staking, and this incentivizes users to participate in the ecosystem and helps build a stronger community around the platform. So overall, PancakeSwap's purpose is to offer a decentralized and user-centric platform that allows anyone to participate in the exciting and rapidly evolving world of DeFi. And as chefs, we are pretty familiar with crypto ourselves and the pain points, with our experience of operating in crypto. There's just a lot of complicated concepts all the time, new products being launched, and protocols introducing mechanics which many users would find difficult to follow. And so what we have learned and try to solve on that is we want to simplify this experience by integrating the products that we see most users will use, and we want to do it in an accessible and fun way so that users find it easier to use these tools.
Now, if we move on to your product suite and how you are tackling that problem, could you describe your core products and their features?
So PancakeSwap has a number of products on our platform, but for this purpose, I'll just keep to the core ones. So on the trading bucket of core products, we are most known for our AMM DEX, which is an automated market maker that facilitates trading of tokens. So what happens is users can provide liquidity on any pair of tokens, and they will start earning fees from the traders who buy and sell these tokens. And if they stake it with us, they'll be able to earn cake rewards for their liquidity as well. We also have a perpetual exchange, which allows users to engage in leveraged trading on many established tokens. And we've recently been very focused on upgrading our core trading product. So we've recently added traditional market makers on Ethereum PancakeSwap, which allows an external new source of liquidity for trading tokens on top of the AMMs that we already have. And lastly, I think in this quarter, we've also announced our V3 AMM in the Q1 roadmap, which we are very excited about, and we'll definitely start sharing about that soon. So yeah, these are on the core products on the trading side. On the project side, we have, I think, two key products in this bucket, which are the IFO and the Syrup pool. So the former, the IFO is a launch pad where PancakeSwap works with new projects who have not yet launched their tokens to launch their token for the very first time to our user base. And the latter product, the Syrup Pool, is a way for projects to engage with PancakeSwap token holders by distributing their native token to a large and engaged user base who are very much interested in participating in new projects. So these two products aim to kind of connect new and established projects to users.
Awesome. And I do want to speak a bit about the market and your position within it, because DeFi in general, but especially the exchange side of things, is quite competitive. And the cost for like changing from a user's perspective is pretty low, which is one of the nice things about crypto in general. So I'd love to hear who you are benchmarking against and what you would describe as PancakeSwap's unique selling proposition.
Yeah, let's break down the question into the different bits. I think first I'll talk about describing just the exchange market in general. Like you said, it's very competitive, but at the same time, it's also developing with a lot of new technologies that are being experimented on all the time. So even today in the bear market, we see DeFi Legos that are consistently being built around and on top of AMM dexes. So PancakeSwap is an established entity, I think, at this point. And our unique selling point is our focus on creating, as I mentioned, user-friendly and accessible platform experience for trading. And the products that I mentioned above, these set of key features are what I think sets us apart from other exchanges in the DeFi space. So, to briefly go through again, our key strengths are ease of use, which are, all the products that I mentioned before. These are very much integrated and have a friendly user interface, which makes it easy for new users to use our platform and start using different products. One of the ways that we maintain competitiveness, to your other question, is also with low fees and deep liquidity. So PancakeSwap is known for its low transaction fees, and we have deep liquidity on many tokens, which are significantly better than I think on many other decentralized exchanges. So the depth of the liquidity makes it an attractive option for users who want to have the best execution when trading cryptos. And like you said, the DEX market is pretty competitive and users can switch easily. And so this is also why we're very community driven. We build a strong and active community that's involved in the development and governance of the platform. So we are rapidly iterating on our products. And recently we've gone cross-chain, starting with our success on Aptos chain. And we benchmark ourselves against all kinds of competitors, the DEX competitors that everyone's familiar with. But because we have quite a number of products, we also benchmark ourselves to protocols who are offering similar services on those products as well.
Then I want to speak about like the market size, because you're building and offering a great service to end users in what crypto is still generally an emerging market where we have lots of people keep coming in and there's a lot of value to capture. So I would love to hear how you at PancakeSwap are thinking about the market size and potential for the products you're building.
I think a lot has been talked about, competition between DeFi protocols and AMMs. But the way I see it is, I think the potential market for AMM and the general DeFi space, which we operate in, is really huge. Just the DeFi market alone, as a whole, has been growing. And in like mid-2021, I think at the peak of the market, TVL locked and different DeFi protocols reached over 100 billion. And so this indicates a natural strong demand for decentralized finance services like PancakeSwap. And while the AMM subsector is the most established use case within DeFi and already serves many users, I think we see PancakeSwap serving a larger future market, because today DeFi we still see as being very early, and we think that in the future there will be way more users than there are today. And so we serve the entire DeFi sector and not just the AMM, the perpetuals, or the launchpad that we mentioned. And so we think it's very early. From a market size potential angle, we think with continued interest and adoption of DeFi over the years by both retail and institutional investors, I think we'll see like millions of users slowly moving, and we will grow together with the crypto industry.
Now, related to expanding market potential and in the current crypto space is related to different blockchain ecosystems. And you started off on the BNB chain and have recently expanded to Ethereum as well. I'd love to hear the reasoning behind that and why now is the right time for this expansion.
I think there are a number of factors here, and yes, you're correct. We started off on BNB Chain when bridging services and the kind of general bridging infrastructure was a lot less developed than it is now. So PancakeSwap has been very blessed during that period and is always thankful to our community on BNB Chain that has supported us through ups and downs of PancakeSwap and helping us become the biggest DeFi protocol on BNB Chain. But now with a few years having passed, I think our expansion to Ethereum blockchain was really a strategic decision that was driven by a number of factors that occurred more recently. So first, increased demand. I'll say that Ethereum has a different but a very significant, also a very significant user base compared to BNB Chain, which means that by expanding to Ethereum, PancakeSwap can tap into a wider market of users who are interested in DeFi services. And this helps drive adoption of the platform in general and increase overall trading volume. And I think a second reason is for liquidity. So by expanding to Ethereum, PancakeSwap can tap into a larger pool of liquidity and projects, which helps the platform to increase the depth and the breadth of the market for tokens that we support on any chain. This improves the value proposition of PancakeSwap as a all-in-one DeFi protocol, as we can work with more projects and create liquidity on different chains for different users who may also, cross chains and use PancakeSwap on different chains as well. And so that creates network effects, which is my next point. So when we expand to Ethereum, we can tap, the network effects of Ethereum ecosystem, which of course, as you and I know, is the kind of original home of most of the apps that are there in the market today. And so it's very well established. So PancakeSwap being on both chains will create network effects, both that we can enjoy and also that we can create. They are greater than the sum of PancakeSwap on the individual chains. And I think to your question on timing, and I mentioned this earlier, in the last bull cycle, we've seen users becoming increasingly chain agnostic because there are newer, safer bridges, and we think users will also over time increasingly become chain agnostic. And so our growth trajectory should be to follow our users to serve their DeFi needs.
I do tend to agree with that. So we are going towards a very chain agnostic future in this space. So it's good that you're taking action there and establishing PancakeSwap in several ecosystems. How would you describe the main differences between building on BNB Chain versus Ethereum?
I think the primary difference, since both chains are EVM based, is that just I think the amount of work PancakeSwap has to cover on Ethereum. So on Ethereum, there are many existing communities and DeFi Legos that have already been built around and on top of each other. And so as a protocol, PancakeSwap will need to prove itself, again, to the Ethereum community, to its developers, to its long-time users. And so, we look forward to doing this and showing the Ethereum community that we are truly here to provide a competitive, simple, and user-oriented set of products, which is what we have done on BNB Chain. But I think more specifically, the gas fees are a particular concern on the ETH chain. So we're thinking a lot more about optimizing gas consumption because, every single action costs a lot more for users than it would on BNB Chain.
As you mentioned that you have a lot more ground to cover on Ethereum, I'd like to tag on to that and ask how you're approaching capturing market share on these new chains. And in this case, especially Ethereum, where something like Uniswap seems to be very dominant.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I don't think we have a set strategy for each chain because we think each chain has its own unique set of characteristics. And I think long-term, the focus on providing the best set of integrated services to users would help PancakeSwap succeed on Ethereum. So we recognize that every protocol, whether it's other protocols or PancakeSwap, has its own strengths and weaknesses, and therefore there's no protocol that can be everything to every user. So where we want to differentiate ourselves is by leaning into our biggest strength, which is to offer a platform that's more accessible, comprehensive, and easier to use. And definitely as compared to some of the kind of very complex DeFi protocols that are available on Ethereum. And so what we want to do is to offer our core products that I mentioned before, and to make sure that we simplify, integrate, and improve on existing offerings on Ethereum so that we can serve more users. And I think largely, due to the support of our global community, we will also try to leverage our existing user base and brand recognition, create a sense of trust and familiarity for users who are new to the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem.
I know that the kitchen over at PancakeSwap is pretty packed. I'd love to hear an overview of what the team, like high level, looks like behind PancakeSwap.
So yeah, like you said, we're known as the kitchen, and individually we are known each as a chef. Despite our anonymous nature, our common denominator for each chef is that at least outwardly we are bunnies who are focused on building products that appeal and serve a wide audience. But I'll be happy to say, that PancakeSwap, I think, has a group of the most diverse sets of multi-talented people. I think every chef that's part of the kitchen is core to what we do. So, to give an example of the multi-talented aspect of it, our design team not only creates the kind of graphics that everybody is very familiar and love, but they also contribute very greatly to product design and user experience. And to take another team, our business development BD team, although they are a BD team and they cover things like partnerships, working with projects on our products like our pool farm and IFOs, but they also work very closely and have efforts on, for example, like the cake tokenomics. So a lot of our chefs multi-talented in the sense that they do multiple roles and wear multiple hats within the kitchen. So I won't go through every single team within PancakeSwap, but I think the reason why we focus on talents that can do multiple things is it really helps to put together a cohesive protocol because we are focusing on integrating a wide set of products that people use.
That's awesome. That is a great approach to building a team. Then let's move on to financials. Could you walk me through both PancakeSwap's economic and business models so that listeners get an understanding of how cash flows to both any supply side participants in your system and then how value is captured by the protocol as well?
Our tokenomics can be summarized in a pretty simple manner, which is that we operate primarily on a buyback and burn model that is underpinned by real cash flows. So on the supply side, we primarily emit cake to incentivize liquidity on platform and also to reward cake stakers. And then on the demand side, we try to create products that have real demand and generate real paying cash flows where these come to the protocol as protocol revenue that are paid by the users. And so a significant portion of that protocol revenue is then dedicated to regularly buying back and burning cake, which is effectively a form of value return to cake token holders, since the act of buying back and burning supports the supply and demand balance as well as cake tokenomics in the longer term. So the simple model is really we're trying to achieve a balance between what we give on supply to incentivize usage and adoption of our product versus what we burn off through real product demand.
And at the moment, how would you describe the main drivers or challenges related to your current growth?
So our main focus, I think, is to ensure that we consistently upgrade our core product features and serve more and more users well, right? So and that is our greatest challenge, to try and integrate and improve all new and existing products, which we have quite a lot now. And we have to consistently make the right decisions with our limited resources on what to add, what to improve, what to change, as these have different short and long-term consequences. So, additionally, some of our products like the farm, the pool, the IFO products, they interface very heavily with third-party projects. And while we are a decentralized platform, we are consistently on the watch to ensure that our users are being protected. So, while crypto is origins built on the notion of self-sovereignty, and factually speaking, projects can interface with PancakeSwap users directly without our permission, we still think that the space is very young. And so the kitchen should actually take a role in ensuring that users get exposure to the best projects as much as possible.
Then on the cake token, you mentioned that it's used to incentivize liquidity and reward cake stakers as well. But what else is its purpose, and maybe a more detailed description of how you're currently utilizing token incentives?
On a slightly more detailed level, cake is really the token that's the common denominator across all our ecosystem of products. So for example, on governance, you can participate in the governance of PancakeSwap by voting on protocols with the cake token. You can earn cake tokens by providing liquidity in our pools and farms. And this is how PancakeSwap achieves deep liquidity for good price execution for tokens. And then on syrup pool and staking rewards, cake is the utility token which you have to stake to earn additional rewards. And then for the cake token, it also sometimes functions as a fee discount. So for example, on the perpetuals, if you pay your fees with cake, there's a discount that you get. And also, just going to the future, there will be more and more use of the cake token. As we mentioned, we are consistently trying to balance the supply and demand of cake, where the demand, is coming from product. And so overall, we utilize a range of token incentives to encourage users to participate in the platform and use the token. And we think that this helps build a strong community around the platform and incentivize users to contribute to the growth of the ecosystem.
Got it. And then just one last question for this interview. What is next for PancakeSwap? We covered a lot of ground in this session, but is there anything else you want to share about your mid to long-term roadmap?
Yes. I'm very excited for what's coming up very soon. So PancakeSwap is currently going through a huge upgrade on our AMM product, which is our core trading product. And we are going to upgrade to version 3 of our AMM product, which is based on concentrated liquidity. So on a high level, it follows the same vision of PancakeSwap in that we'll be looking to simplify, integrate, and improve on existing concentrated liquidity offerings so that the traders and the liquidity providers will have even smoother experience. Mid to longer term on our roadmap, I think PancakeSwap remains consistent in its goal to reach out and serve all users, and regardless of which chains to go to. And so with our upgraded product suite, we'll be looking to deploy across multiple chains.
That sounds very exciting, and I can't wait to see how everything plays out. We'll closely be following all your new launches and announcements. Thank you so much, Mochi, for this comprehensive overview of PancakeSwap. It was amazing, and I hope we can do it again at some point.
Yeah, thank you very much. And it was a pleasure being here as well. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to showcase PancakeSwap.